In today's video, we're going to give you a quick piece of advice that you can use to finally stop that nagging shoulder pain that you're experiencing on your serves. So now most people feel shoulder pain somewhere up here when they're serving, and the reality is that it just stems from bad technique. That's why you nowadays don't really see any professional tennis players having shoulder injuries anymore. It just doesn't happen because their technique has improved over the years. So how do we get you to experience the same thing where the shoulder pain will stop because the technique gets better? It's very simple. All we need is our upper body to rotate and drag the racket rather than you pushing up your shoulder and pushing up that racket manually pretty much with your right arm. So now how do we learn this? It's a very simple exercise I'm going to show you. It's going to make it easy for you to actually implement this shoulder rotation on your serve and thus putting a lot less strain on your right shoulder because it doesn't push but just gets pulled. So it's basically like a stretching motion and then a release of that stretch. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to position yourself at the line. You're going to put your racket down behind your back just like so. Now you notice that the area that touches the ball here is pointed straight to my back. I don't want you to do it like this. Okay? Keep it down here, and now you're going to start by not even tossing up the ball. You're not even going to serve. You're just going to pretend to toss it up, and now you're going to try to pull that left shoulder of yours down and back kind of towards your right butt cheek. Okay? And you're doing that very fast, so as a result of that, your racket will fly up. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Okay, one more time, starting down here, pretending to toss, and now I'm turning quickly here to get my racket to go up. You will notice that when you're doing that, you're really not moving your right arm. It just moves by itself because your left shoulder is turning. If you feel like you're putting a little bit of pressure into getting that racket up with your right arm, you're doing it wrong. Okay, so you're basically just pulling the racket up as a consequence of your left shoulder moving down because the right shoulder now has to move up because they're connected. And that means your arm has to go up, and if you do it fast enough, your racket will move up. Now, once you get a feeling for this, and it's easy for you to do this motion and get that racket to go up without you actually swinging your arm, now you can implement it with a ball. So the whole thing would look like this. You put your racket down here again, toss up the ball, and rotate. Okay, it doesn't really matter if a ball is in or not. You just want to get a feeling for the timing and the contact point to make sure that you can still put the ball in. And notice, I'm not jumping here. I'm not using a full motion. Tossing it up, rotating. Okay, one more time. Down here, tossing it, rotating. Okay? Once you feel comfortable with that, try to implement it with a full motion. So now you would jump. You start down here again, right? Ball goes up, you jump and rotate. If you get used to this, you'll see how much easier the power comes into your shots, even though you don't really use this dropping of the racket to create power. You're just starting from down here. But as long as your left shoulder is initiating the motion and you're actually rotating, you'll have a lot of power in your serves. And guess what? No more shoulder pain.
Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.